your boy GQ, and today we're taking apart this Runcam Scopecam 2 4K with a simple mod to help better perform for MagFed paintball. This is all you need for the mod right here, unless you're under 21. But if you're over 21, I would recommend drinking half and then the other half when the mod is complete. Alright, and since I'm a one-man show over here, I'm gonna start by removing this lens cover right here. Alright, y'all, so this is the lens cover removed. This is just some scuffs from regular gameplay. Don't worry, removing this is not going to mess up your focus, so you don't need to mark anywhere on this. The next step will be removing the camera lens. Now this one will ruin your focus. So we're going to mark 2 areas onto the camera and onto the device to let us know where our focus is centered. In order to do this step, I'd recommend a metal material like a screwdriver tip to scuff a mark and then scuff another mark, mosquito, and then scuff another mark onto the device itself, and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Now that I got this thing in focus, you could see that I scuffed the threading and I scuffed the very top center of the device in the inside. So when I tighten this thing back up, I'm going to match that up to look exactly like how it is here. I apologize, there's one more tool you're gonna need. You're gonna need some needle nose pliers. I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do with that. Inside here, you can see threading from the lens itself, and then you're gonna need to hold this ring right here with the needle nose pliers. You're gonna have to lefty-loosey this ring right here, so that you could start threading the camera, because this protects the threads from moving while firing the marker. You're going to want to grab it just like this, hold the camera, the body of the camera, and turn. Held that ring and turn the needle nose pliers about a quarter turn. The next step is we're going to remove this lens. Now when we lefty-loosey this one off, we're going to have to count how many rotations it took to remove this lens. I didn't say record yet.
You could cut it.
So we're gonna do this. That would be 1. Don't worry about that ring moving. 2. That ring's gonna come with it, so just keep rotating. 3. Whenever we see that line up with our mark that we made on the center of this, we're going to count it again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 7 rotations till this removed itself. Now we're going to put this to the side. Now our camera should look like this. Inside there you can see there's 4 Phillips screws. Now, I already did the mod, that's why my camera looks long ways like that. But when you remove these 4 screws, I'll show you what it looks like now. You need one more thing. You're going to need these Q-tips in case you get a singular dust particle, which you could see right there. I'm going to have to clean that up because you will notice that. But when you remove the screws, you're going to be able to grab in there. Pull this out. I recommend using your needle nose to grab that little lip right there to help you remove it. Now mine kind of wants to stay like this because I had it like this for a little while, but yours is going to come like this, so it's going to want to stay like this for a while. So you got to watch out for these wires, because when I first did this mod, I accidentally screwed in one of these wires into the screw hole. And when I turned the camera back on, it was like beep, beep, beep. So, watch out for those wires. Don't screw it in, and you'll be alright. So, your camera is going to be in this orientation. You're going to want to rotate it 90 degrees. It's going to fit exactly where those screw holes are inside. I'm going to push this in, and there are tabs on 4 corners of here, so you can see it's a flat edge. and there's a flat edge in the inside of the device. So we're gonna put that in, line it up perfectly. Now yours may snap into place. If you find the angle, just help yourself rotate it, but mine is seated correctly. You could rotate this until it seats itself properly. While you're driving these screws back into the device, you're going to want to do opposites. This one, then that one, then this one, then that one. As you can see, I cleaned off that little speck that was on the camera. I'm going to go ahead and screw back on the lens, making sure I rotate it again 7 times until my mark lines up with the mark that I put on the top of this device. Alright, cool. So now that we have everything lined up, the focus should be the same, but should be is one thing and certainty is another. So before putting this lens cap back on, we're going to turn this on to the Wi-Fi, connect to our app that this is running on, onto our phone, and we're going to aim this at something around 75 to 80 yards out, especially if you have this longer one like I do. We're going to want to aim this at something about 70 to 80 yards out. Make sure that's focused on that target with the Wi-Fi, with the app. And once you got everything all nice and tight, you're going to want to use your needle nose pliers and tighten down that ring extra tight that you can't do by hand. You're going to want to get in there and do it a little bit extra tight, especially if you're running a full auto marker. So now we can put our lens cover back on and we're good to go. There you have it, you guys, a completely modded Scopecam 2 4K for MagFed paintball so that you can capture shots further than 50 yards or so. I mean, we're using these first strike rounds that are capable of going even past 100 yards, getting eliminations I'm hearing stories of. So the problem that we're having is in the original configuration that when you mount this on the top of your marker, which it's, you know, supposed to, it has the mounting right there, Picatinny, you put that on the top of your marker, it records in the horizontal. So shots are not being captured from the arc of our paintballs, but Airsoft doesn't have this problem. That's why you're able to run this on Airsoft normally, because they have a hop-up system, which the BB that they fire in Airsoft kind of goes down and up and levels out, so you get that straight level shot. And it's okay having a wide field of vision just to capture more content for, you know, Airsoft purposes. But for MagFed paintball, our projectiles have weight to them and they hurt more, they have more mass to them, so they drop more. So when you have a camera that records in the vertical, you could get more of that drop, and when you're recording to hit that target, you'll get that 100-yard shot guaranteed with an orientation like this, even on top of your marker itself. And you don't have to worry about tilt. It'll record everything because it's in the wide field of view, unless you switch it in the app to more of a narrow. Doesn't matter because the lens itself records what it can. If you zoom this in the app or do anything like that in the app, it's nothing different than what you can do in post editing. So I recommend this mod for us in the community. If this video helped you out, don't forget to leave your boy that free like. And you know, I think everybody should know about this mod, so if you can also share the video, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next video. 0 hours coming up. Who's ready for that one? I'm excited about that, y'all. Almost forgot,